Hello viewers, I'm Rodders and this is On the Bridle, a horse racing channel where we bring you the highs, the lows and the latest from the world of horse racing. We're going to start this episode by saying a massive thank you to everyone that has liked and subscribed out there. We are currently up to 342 subscribers. We are rocketing along and that is great for such a small channel. If you're yet to subscribe, come and join the channel of the champions. I promise you, it will be worth it. In today's episode, we are going to be focusing on the Willie Mullins trained future superstar, Fact to File. At the end of reviewing Fact to File, I will be giving my honest opinion about him. With also new sections of the show, which will be appearing here, and they really do have everything for everyone. The show is rammed packed. As ever, viewers, if you have an opinion, put it in the comment section below on this video. And as Father Time waits for no man, let's get into it. Fact to File was born on the 22nd of March 2017. He was out of a Trampolino mare called My Temps and by the well-renowned French stallion Polyglotte, having won his point-to-point by an impressive 6 lengths from a future Willie Mullins inmate Asian Master at Bell Harbour on the 6th of February 2022. He would subsequently be bought by JP McManus and join Willie Mullins, making his debut on the 27th of December 2022 in a midwinter Leopardstown, all grey and dark. A big, raw lump of a horse, all angles and nerves, would show sheer courage when others would falter.
Irish Panther with Factor File staying on strongly on the far side to take over and ghost the line, justify odds on favouritism and complete.
The Future Stars bumper at Leopardstown often showcases the best of the Irish bumper horses. Taking place at the start of February, A Dream to Share and Fact to File locked horns from early in the straight. Going down, all guns blazing, Fact to File couldn't live with A Dream to Share.
Of Ferinelli in third, and it's A Dream to Share, and John Gleeson on their way to completing a fine hat-trick for the Gleeson family. A Dream to Share wins from in second.
Then came the big stage, Cheltenham. The noise rolled down Cleve Hill like thunder, and rounding the home turn, round 2 was firmly on. Fact to File attempting to get first run on A Dream to Share, but it mattered not. A Dream to Share simply powered by a flailing Fact to File up the hill to claim Cheltenham glory.
Captain Cody is next, deep inside the last furlong. A Dream to Share for a dream result in the champion bumper. Fact to File for McManus 1-2, and it's teenage clicks for John Gleeson.
Reappearing in December 2023, Willie Mullins had taken the unprecedented move to move Fact to File straight to fencing. When he reappeared, he looked like a different animal entirely. The frame had filled, the swagger had arrived. Unfortunately, no one had told American Mike that Fact to File was supposed to be a top-class racehorse. And approaching the final fence, this was going to be another fight that Fact to File simply had no chance of winning.
Coming to the second last, American Mike from Fact to File over on the far side, who's back on terms. One fence left to jump. Fact to File draws level with American Mike as they come towards the final fence, and it's Fact to File and American Mike who battle on. Coming to the last, American Mike and Fact to File over the last. The better jump came from American Mike and leads Fact to File deep in the closing stages. It's a super Sunday for historic Troytown winner Gordon Elliott. American Mike first go over fences.
Reappearing in December 2023 at Leopardstown, Fact to File could be called the winner a long way from home, beating the formerly useful Zanahir all ends down. But people in the crowd were still wondering, Who was the best of Willie Mullen's novice chasers? Was it Gaelic Warrior? Or was it this fellow?
File going one better second time over fences for Mark Walsh, Willie Mullins and JP McManus. Second will go to Zanny Hale and Menelekakuna third.
They billed it as the clash of the stablemates, Gaelic Warrior versus Factor File. Gaelic Warrior, a very talented horse on his day, but a psychiatric patient on another. And Factor File, the young, improving chaser who could be going places. It was no contest. Factor File had this one from a mile out, as Gaelic Warrior's Dr. Jekyll had firmly shown up to punch his time card.
Town and have parted ways at the final fence, as Factor File will finish alone, taking the next step over Leopardstown fences in the Ladbrokes Novice Chase.
Back to Cheltenham. Different year, different race, same electricity in the air. 3 miles, the Brown Advisory, the graveyard of pretenders. He travelled like silk, every stride measured and sure. When questions came, he answered it, or so it seemed. But even as the cheers rolled down, a whisper followed them. Did he truly stay? Because truth be told, the opposition that day were light on firepower. Maybe he got the trip, or maybe the others never asked the questions hard enough. Either way, Factor File silenced his Cheltenham hoodoo once and for all.
But here, Mark Walsh on Factor File between them. Giovinco in the blue behind these two to jump now. At the second last, Montes Star, Factor File, Sandor Clegane, Giovinco still running on. Final fence, Factor File lands in front, lands by 2 lengths. Montes Star in second, Giovinco in the blue still running on. Sandor Clegane behind those. It's hands and heels for Factor File and Mark Walsh as he comes to the line to win the Brown Advisory. Second to go to Montes Star. Giovinco, massive run in third place.
A new season, Punchestown, and across the ring, Galopin Des Champs, the reigning monarch and the benchmark. They all went hammer and tongs, every fence a duel, every landing a test of nerve. And when it came to the final furlong, it wasn't luck, it was fate. It was Factor File digging deeper, staying truer. Half a length was the winning margin, the king was downed, and the heir had arrived.
Slow, ridden along on landing, Factor File, edging closer on the inside, 2 lengths back to Spillane Star, running round the home turn with 2 fences left to jump, the John Durkin Memorial Punchestown Chase. First in is Galopin Des Champs, shaken up second is Faster Slow, then Factor File and Spillane Star, big jump by Galopin Des Champs. In between the final 2 fences, Galopin Des Champs from Faster Slow, Factor File runs on in between them. On the outside is Spillane Star. Coming to the final fence, Galopin Des Champs challenged by stable companion Factor File. On the outside is Spillane Star. Up towards the finish, it's Factor File and Spillane Star getting the better of the established. Factor File has won the John Durkin.
Christmas brought the rematch, the master and the apprentice. Back on home soil, this time Galopin was ruthless, unforgiving. The old fire rekindled. Factor File chased him to the line, brave and unbowed, but found the door shut firmly in his face. Second again, but what a second, because true class isn't just about winning, it's about showing up when you're not supposed to.
Leopardstown repeats Summers chases for Paul Town, and who's over the moon?
The Irish Gold Cup, 3 miles of pure truth-telling. Once again, Galopin Des Champs and Factor File, the champion and the challenger, the old sword and the one still being forged. They went at it, stride for stride, neither giving an inch, both asking the same brutal question, how much have you got left? Turning for home, he was still there, brave as daylight, jumping the last like a horse who refused to yield. But on the running, you could see it. The fuel light warning flickering on empty in his eyes. The tank running on hope, the heart doing the work of muscle. Galopin stayed, Factor File emptied. And though the line came too soon for glory, It came not a second too soon for Mercy. Third place, but he'd bled for it. Cheltenham, the Cauldron, the Cathedral, the gunfight at the OK Corral. Like all good westerns, Factor File was the last man standing, taking them to task with ruthless efficiency.
No immediate panic though from James Reevey to the inside and Ile Francais, who's still being held together. Hartwood is back in third. Protectorate's now ridden in fourth. Then Envoy Alain and Master Chewy. Factor File travels strongly into the home straight. Now he's shaking up Ile Francais. Hartwood is trying to stay on now, challenging for second. But it's Factor File who goes really well towards 2 out. Factor File at it now. He's over safely clear. Hartwood lands in second. Then Ile Francais. Envoy Alain is trying to stay on there. Master Chewy and Protectorate, but he's surely just got to jump the last. Factor File, he's over safely. Factor File 8 lengths in front. Hartwood chasing in second. Then Envoy Alain back in third, but he's laughing at them here. It's Factor File, a class act in the Ryanair chase. He's away by 10 lengths near the line, and Factor File has won the Ryanair. Factor File easily.
Punchestown again, the tank empty, the body tired, fourth place. Nothing left to give. They called it an abrasion, a tidy excuse. But really, he'd just run his heart dry. Even the great ones need to breathe, and he'd earned it. So that's the story so far. From a green, confused bump horse to a chaser who's taken on kings and bled for it. He's been brave, brilliant, baffling, everything a racehorse should be. And as the curtain falls on this chapter, one question lingers in the stillness. How good can he really be?
Champion chase on a champion chase for Marine National, Benny Connell and Sean Flanagan. They have put up
Factor File is undoubtedly a very talented racehorse, but he does come with limitations. He can't really stay anywhere beyond 3 miles. He got away with it in the Brown Advisory, partly I think because it wasn't that great a Brown Advisory. Willie Mullins, at the end of this season just gone, decided that he was going to experiment with him at 2 miles. As you've just seen, 2 miles is far too short for Factor File, and I don't think Willie Mullins will ever be trying that again. 2 mile 5 seems to be the perfect trip. I can't ever see this horse participating in a Gold Cup. That might enrage a few people, but whilst JP McManus has I Know the Way You're Thinking, who is a 6-7-year-old this year, Factor File is an 8-year-old. It tells its own story. He'll never line up in a Gold Cup. And while that might anger some, it's kind of a gilt-edged opportunity. Factor File is only 8 years of age. That means he could win this year's Ryanair and next year's Ryanair and effectively become Allaho 2.0. But again, viewers, that's only my opinion. If you have a different opinion, obviously pop it in the comment section below. Now, next up is racing news. As promised, viewers, if anyone was watching the last episode, Racing News is a new addition to this show. It will appear every couple of weeks and we'll give you the latest updates from the world of horse racing. Warning Fire is the grey horse on the inside here. He was second to a horse called Illusion Machine. Illusion Machine was a very impressive winner on his hurdles debut and a smart horse on a flat. He was bought for €340,000 by Jerry McGrath, so he is going to Nicky Henderson's yard.
Your Machine makes all. Fire Warning second, clear of Dempy third, and Le Bon de Carl fourth.
Upon David Maxwell's retirement, Harry Durham has been promising to marry him if he keeps Queensbury Boy in training just long enough to win the Persian War. He was fifth to final demand over at Punchestown at the end of last season, so make of that what you will.
Miles clear now from Nazare. Queensbury Boy, Captain Bellamy sticking to the task, but Queensbury Boy has moved about a length and a half clear. The two of them, Captain Bellamy pulling miles clear of the rest, but up towards the line, it's Queensbury rules as David Maxwell and Harry Derham prevail in the open.
Macho Man was a very impressive winner of a maiden hurdle over in France this week. No sooner did he get past the line, he was already on the boat to either Ireland or England. The Donnellys are his new owners, and I am guessing that Clasutton is the destination.
That hurdle, one weakening, there was Moment de Grasse, and they're on the flat, and it is Macho Man. Moving on now by a few lengths from Palmoir second, Falcon Jet third, Feel Good next, and stays on, but going towards the finish, it's all over. It's going to go to Macho Man. Macho Man the winner. Feel Good second place.
The €400,000 Euro purchase by Robcourt Lascar du Mathan is sadly no longer with us. It was cited that he had a brain hemorrhage, and that was the cause of death. Rest in peace, Lascar du Mathan.
Impressive performance, Lascar.
On a brighter note, Love Me Tender popped up at Tipperary on Sunday, the 5th of October. He is previously featured in our Whip video, and he was transferred to JP McManus recently. I really like the way this horse jumps. He jumps hurdles like a cat. Given a choice between him and Davy Crockett, I'm sorry, Davy Crockett, but there's not even a contest. Love Me Tender has the potential to go a lot further than Davy Crockett ever could, and that's just on pure jumping ability alone. Love Me Tender is now 3 from 3 in his career.
Over. In second is Whimsy, some way back in third, Pamper Lady, and up to the finish. It's a shredding really as Love Me Tender extends winning ways. Second is Whimsy.
Martin Medi Essoir is the latest recruit for Robcourt. He has gone to the Henry de Bromhead yard, and the form of this particular race on screen now is one of the strongest 3-year-old pieces of form in France. It beats a horse called Midnight Cowboy and Shannon Maestro, and those two are very, very good horses.
2 from 3 here. Matin Midi Essoir has beaten Midnight Cowboy.
Le Francais is now in the care of Tom George, and he will be aimed at the King George this year. He almost snuck away with it last year with an expert display of jumping, as you can see on screen right now. I'd love to see this fella in a Peterborough chase. 2 mile 4, soft ground, rolling away on a right-hand track. They would never see which way he goes.
And unseated Rachel Blackmore, that's the 4th from home, and Le Francais.
Speaking of switching stables, American Mike has gone from Gordon Elliott to Ollie Murphy. Very much he has completely lost his love for racing, so Ollie Murphy now has to try and convince him to quit his boss hoggery and become a racehorse again.
American Mike and Factor File over the last. The better jump came from American Mike and leads Factor File deep in the closing stages. It's a super Sunday for historic Troytown winner Gordon Elliott. American.
Another one to Exodus from the Gordon Elliott yard is a horse called Down Memory Lane. He was a very promising horse last year. Won his chasing debut here, beating King of Kingsfield. There's only one thing that awaits Down Memory Lane at Edna Bolger. There's a reason why they call him King of the Banks. I expect him to be hunter chasing this year or going straight over the banks.
Memory Lane stepping at it badly, King of Kingsfield, and has handed an additional few lengths to Down Memory Lane, who makes his mark over fences first.
Stage Star, the winner of the 2023 Turner's Novices Chase, has been retired due to a bad ligament injury. Guaranteed he'll go to a very good home coming from the Nichols stable, and this was one of his finest moments.
Not long till May towards the near side. Appreciate it on the wide outside. Mighty Potter tries to stay on, but it's Stage Star who is out in front for Harry Cobden and for Paul Nichols. And Stage Star has won the Turners in second. Not.
Every week on the community post, we will be asking for your questions. If you have a question, put it in the response to the community post, and you, the lucky viewer, could have your question read out on the show. We've had a couple of questions this week. Let's get into them. Andrew Larderbeck asks, should Cheltenham Festival prize money be increased? You look at the festival's flat season comparison, Royal Ascot, Their Group 1s dish out far more prize money than the Cheltenham Grade 1s, and Cheltenham tends to garner higher attendances too. Kind of agree with this, Andrew, to be fair. Willie Mullins has said last season that he thinks that prize money should be increased. He also says that that's the main reason some owners are staying out of the game. Paul and Claire Rooney have decided to basically up sticks with most of their horses and just leave a few in training. They were big money spenders about 5 or 6 years ago. So there is definitely scope to improve the prize money at the Cheltenham Festival. John 1252 asks, should we phase out summer jumps? National Hunt is so much safer on a softer surface in my experience. I believe the BHA brought in the summer jumps campaign to help lower graded horses have a career basically in racing, as well as inexperienced horses. It kind of works, and not to be horrible to most of these jumps horses that run around in the summer, they'd be in a different county if they ran against the actual big boys in the winter. So it does serve a purpose, I think, even though some people really don't like it. And I can understand why people don't like it. It is the summer. It should be flat racing. Is what it is, I suppose. Couple of questions from the socials. One is, what is your full-time job? A full-time job is a soldier in the Royal Engineers. I am a regular and I have been for 6 years. Kind of makes the schedule for this program a little bit hectic to edit and get out in time. We had a little bit of a panic last week, but we did not want to leave you, the viewer, empty-handed. And the last question is there any way I can support your channel because you do great content? Well, thank you very much. We're always humbled to know that people like our content. The answer to your question is there is a link in the description for this channel. The QR code that we were using in previous episodes no longer works. The website that we were taking it from wanted to charge us 38 quid a month, and that's far too much for a small YouTube channel like us. But yeah, the link is in the description for the channel. Willie Mullins has been over to France again on his worldwide spending tour. This horse's name is Cant Plus, and he cost, you might want to sit down for this, a staggering €470,000. He's the horse in third place in this video.
Second, Cante Plus third, and Mastercard.